Moika. So we are in Italy right now, and we just got here from Germany, and we stayed in Germany for 5 days. So we are going to make a video about our experiences there and the differences between Germany, Finland, and America. We're just adding on the countries.
We started our trip to Germany in Hamburg. Or Hamburg, depending on how you pronounce that.
We decided to go to Germany mainly because in high school I had an exchange student from Germany living at my house. So we went and visited her. Before we went to Germany, we had to stop in Sweden, and we got adorable little Viking.
Really, Sweden was cool.
Yeah, Sweden was cool. We technically stepped outside, so we were in Sweden.
We got to Hamburg pretty late, so we didn't see that much stuff the first day.
The first day we had hamburgers.
I was really excited about the hamburgers in Hamburg. That's exciting.
Yes. So the first full day that we were in Hamburg, we really just went around Hamburg and saw some of the shopping centers and stuff like that. And one really famous building in Hamburg. Do you remember what that building was called? We don't remember what building that was called.
I just remember driving around.
Yeah, we drove a lot. We also are really not used to public transportation, so we went on a subway. So that was interesting. In Hamburg. But I don't know, the person that we were with really knew what she was doing, so we kind of just followed like little lost puppies.
We also don't speak German, so there's that.
Oh, German is easier to guess than Finnish.
Oh, yes, very much
definitely. So. A lot of things in Germany, we could figure out what it meant.
Yeah, I think the public transportation in Finland is better than Germany, and obviously it's better than America, but yeah.
For all of, I don't think we've talked about this yet, but it was in our list for the next differences video. America has no public transportation unless you're in New York or LA.
Yeah, the major cities do, but only really within the city. And you can get trains across the country, but for one, they're super expensive. And there's not a train station for 2 hours around my house, so it's not a common thing.
Yeah,
I don't even have a taxi. There's no buses. There's no trains. There's no subways. There's literally no form of public transportation anywhere around me.
Other than the time that I was in New York, I've never used a train, a taxi, really, anything. So so we don't really know how to work public transportation. But in Hamburg, we just watched the other people do it. And then we dressed up and we went walking, around 10-ish. And we just walked around and saw the, nightlife of Hamburg, which wasn't extremely exciting, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a nice place. I think it's very pretty. The architecture is really impressive.
Yeah. First impressions of Hamburg were that we didn't feel, sorry for any German people watching, we didn't feel as safe as we did in Finland. In Helsinki, nobody had to tell us that Helsinki was a safe city for us to not be worried that we were going to get, mobbed or something. Mugged. Mugged, not mobbed. Mugged. But in Hamburg, I don't know, I just instantly kept checking my pocket to make sure my phone was there.
Yeah, nothing happened. It's a fine city. It's just
I would just say the atmosphere was a little more.
Yeah, they're more cautious, I think.
Yeah.
People.
They also make way more small talk than Finnish people, and we didn't even know how to respond to that.
It's been a while since we small talked with anyone.
Yes. So then we went to Berlin, and we saw a ton of things.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Berlin.
We don't really know what half of them are anymore because our unofficial tour guide kind of just went over what it was, but we didn't really know the significance.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of hard because I could read the signs, but not necessarily all because again, I'm not fluent in German, but some of them. Like, it was very impressive. It was not exactly what I pictured Berlin to be at all. Like, it's pretty, but it's not
full of history.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest place. It's not like known for a pretty landscape, but you can feel the history.
Yeah.
Just
My
in the city.
theory, which I don't know if it's correct or not, is that it's not the prettiest place because Germany was the center point of World War II, and that wasn't that far away from now. So, it can't be pretty after so much destruction happened there. But I don't know. I was most excited to go to Berlin out of all of Europe, and I was a little disappointed. But we did get to go see, the really famous gate.
We bought pieces of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
So that was
actually
cool.
Hold on. Okay, so this is, the biggest piece of the Berlin Wall that we got. It's really shiny. Okay. So, why won't it do it?
Oh, well.
Okay, so there we go. So, one, we were confused that it was different colors. We had no idea that people painted it. But yeah, it says the Berlin Wall, and then on the back it says that it's from Checkpoint Charlie, which is really interesting. It's kind of expensive, but I don't know. I love World War II.
We got little pieces as well that aren't that bad, but they have it all over the city. You can buy it pretty much. And we actually stood where the Berlin Wall used to be, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, we saw a lot of famous things, I think. We've hit most of the famous tourist attractions.
At the very end was, I think, both of our very favorites. Yeah. If you are ever in Berlin, I suggest going to the concentration camp right next to Berlin. We probably can't even explain the feeling that you have during the concentration camp.
It's very overwhelming.
Yes.
You just walk in, I mean, it's so easy to imagine what happened there. The actual, I guess walls that surround it, and there's the big guard towers, and, where the building used to be, and the mass graves, and we saw, where they, did autopsies, and where they cremated them. We saw the gas chambers, and
I would say the part that we didn't even know, because all the signs were in German, and our person coming with us kind of, left us during it, but the gas chamber and the shooting area, we didn't really know what it was at first, but then whenever we found it out, I'm pretty sure my heart stopped for a second because I was so taken aback from it. I don't know, my high school, I learned a ton about the Holocaust, and it was always, again, my favorite thing to learn about, but I would have never imagined that feeling of being there. Yeah,
it's really hard to explain, and really, it just kind of stays with you. As soon as you walk out, you don't just, feel bitter. It's just kind of haunting. There was a big museum, and you can see, the uniforms that they wore, both the guards and the prisoners. They have huge memorials for it. Literally every piece was original. It's incredible.
I'm just gonna say, though, that, okay, so a big difference between Finland and America is Americans don't tend to make as many jokes about very serious events, in my opinion, than Finnish people do. Maybe it's because I'm from the Bible Belt, but I don't really
I would say, in Americans make fun of American, current events, but not, historic events. They would not make fun of,
they make Holocaust jokes, but not as seriously as the Finnish people that we know do. Yeah. And, it's fine, use whatever form of coping that you can for things, but sometimes it gets a little too much for us.
Even America, we don't make, 9/11 jokes. The only, thing is, Bush did 9/11 is the only, commonly heard joke about it, but never something, serious about 9/11. But
honestly, the first 2 weeks that I was in Finland, I was just shocked because we had heard 10 suicide jokes, and a few people had said a joke about 9/11. I would say 9/11 is pretty off limits for Americans.
Yes, absolutely.
Just because, I don't know, maybe it's just where we grew up, but I never hear jokes like those that are said more than like once, and then even that once, everybody realizes that it's not funny.
Yeah, and like in the world in general, like I wouldn't say anyone that I know just makes a ton of like historical jokes about really serious matters, but I would say people like in Europe so far have made more than I was expecting, especially Finnish people. I don't know if it's just the Finnish people that we hang out with, but in general, it's kind of odd. And like in Germany, like, or the German people that we talk to also made a lot of jokes, I think.
Yeah, I was really surprised that the German people made so many Holocaust jokes.
Yeah.
Like, we went to the, the memorial for the murdered Jews. And for anybody that doesn't know, it's a bunch of like, I don't know, really big gray blocks.
Yeah, they're like various sizes and they're in rows and it's huge. Yeah. We went to a really big one in Berlin and that was like...
You like walk downhill and then suddenly the blocks that were like at your ankle are suddenly... way above your head, and it's supposed to make you feel claustrophobic, which it does.
And trapped, and like you just have a bad feeling, and like it's gray, like there's no color, there's no words, like.
But even people there were like making fun of things. They call it YOLO cost, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just kind of surprised that people were making jokes, even at the concentration camp, that it wasn't like. I don't know, some people were laughing certain points of it. I was a little shocked.
Yeah, there's also, like, I would say, like, comfort people, like, if they're obviously upset, but I was surprised at the amount of, like, PDA that was going on in concentration camps, because, like, if you're literally standing where the mass graves is, it's probably not a good time to, like...
Make out with your boyfriend.
Like, it's probably an incorrect time to do that. Like, a hug is cool, that whatever, but I felt like that was disrespectful.
Yeah. Honestly though, like really I'm probably going to say something next time somebody says a Holocaust joke or a World War II joke.
Alright, even honestly a Hitler joke
or a Hitler joke, cuz I don't know, just being in that camp, like both of us have said a Holocaust joke before. Like both of us have said something about Hitler. But being in that concentration camp
there's nothing funny about that, like, at all. Like, it's not even, like, no. So that it was a little strange.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever gone to, like, a museum and felt anything even slightly like that. And I've been to the 9/11 memorial, too, and that one I thought was extremely...
Yeah, that one's very sad.
Yeah, that one I was pretty much numb during it, but... This one was so much worse. But I do definitely recommend going to one. I think everybody in the world should go to a concentration camp that can go to a concentration camp to visit and see what they actually went through.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely like not in a good way, but the highlight of our trip. I think that would, like, made it really worth it, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. So, less sad stuff. Berlin was cool, and the people were relatively nice. The prices in Berlin is kind of steep.
Yeah.
We were really cold one day, so we wanted a sweatshirt, and we had to pay like $40 for a sweatshirt.
It's a nice sweatshirt, though. So now we have a Berlin sweatshirt.
Yeah, now we have a Berlin sweatshirt.
But yeah, I would say souvenirs in general are just more expensive in Berlin. I would say, maybe.
Yeah. They have KFC, though, in Germany, and they don't have it anywhere that we're even near in Finland, and we were so excited about it.
KFC was fantastic.
I tried some German sausage or, like, bratwurst in Berlin, and, like, that made the trip right there. You gotta have the bratwurst.
I would say, like, English-wise, German spoke okay-ish.
I would say they're similar to Finland.
Yeah.
I would say the same amount of people, but, like, the age range wasn't the same. Because even old people there spoke English. but amount of people was still the same.
Yeah.
They were less helpful, I would say.
That's true.
Yeah. I would say if we look, even if our faces look confused in Finland, somebody will be like, hey, do you need help with something? But in Germany, we would be like, hi, excuse me, and they would just keep walking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think they would just give us, like, the shortest directions they possibly could.
Yes.
So.
Very much so.
Yeah. And that way, Helsinki is, I think, really more friendly.
Yeah.
Maybe, but.
Living-wise, I would rather live in Finland than Berlin.
Yeah.
But visiting-wise, I think I would rather be in Berlin than Finland.
And I like Hamburg better than Berlin as well.
Yeah.
Which we got to go on the freaking highway. Where's the highway?
Oh, the Autobahn.
The Autobahn. Yeah.
Okay, so Germans are great at driving. Except for, like, the 30 accidents that we saw.
On the Autobahn.
On the Autobahn. So, I feel like this is the most famous highway in the entire world, so most people know what it is. But there's no speed limit on this road, okay? And
we literally almost got in, like,
30 car accidents.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was a little ridiculous, though, because, like, whoever almost got in the car accident blamed the other person every single time.
Yeah. Like, it was scary driving, honestly, because I thought we were actually going to crash one time when we literally made a complete stop on the Autobahn. Like, it was...
We went from...
terrifying.
I have no idea what it is in kilometers, but probably, like, 90 miles an hour to 0.
No, it was like 100 kilometers per hour to, like...
It would be, like...
absolutely 0.
50, though. 50 miles an hour to 0.
Yeah, but she was... like, I could see her speedometer.
Oh.
Anyway, we were going really fast, and then we were stopped. And we were
like 0.2
far
seconds
away from the car in front of us, and it was insane.
Yeah.
There was a lot of accidents, but yeah.
But hey, we went on the Autobahn.
So,
I would say that Germans are more, have a larger temper. Or a quicker temper.
Oh my gosh. They were
Finnish
correct
people.
when they said German is a, like, mean or harsh sounding language. I definitely agree. When they are mad. I think it's
really pretty, honestly. Except for whenever
when they are mad, I am terrified. I
just want to run away.
Oh my gosh. It's terrifying. But.
Yeah. Sorry this video is so, like, I don't know, unprepared, by the way.
Yeah, we're really tired. It's been a long day in Rome.
Yes. But yeah, so that was our impressions of Germany. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you like it?
I don't know, maybe like a 6.
I'd say like a 7 or an 8. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. We will make a video about being here in Italy soon.
We're actually probably going to make 3 videos about that.
Yeah, we're doing 3 major, like...
We're going to talk about Venice, the Vatican City,
and
Rome. So...
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys whenever we make the next video. Bye.